Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Here at Screenaholics Report, I'm Coach, he's Nick. A great moment just happened when Erika Kirk took the stage at her late husband's memorial. She said some very powerful words. Here is the best part, and it's really bringing our nation together. Nick, you haven't seen this clip.
No, so this is going to be my first time reacting to this. I've not seen it. Coach told me about it, but didn't really go into detail. So this is my first reaction to hearing this.
Here we go.
The men wasting their lives on distractions, and the men consumed with resentment, anger, and hate. Charlie wanted to help them. My husband, Charlie, he wanted to save young men, just like the one who took his life. That young man, on the cross, our Savior said, "Father, forgive them, for they not know what they do." That man, that young man, I forgive him.
I'm not crying, you're crying.
Yeah, that's really tough. And that's not something that just any normal human being can do.
You can't. I will stand on that. You can't.
Yeah, that is 100% spiritual.
Exactly. That's
to
God.
Have the ability to do something like that.
We don't have it in our DNA to be able to forgive somebody that murdered. You know, that's God.
Yeah, 100%. And you could tell that was really hard for her to do.
Yeah.
Like I can't even imagine what she's going through.
Can anything be harder than that? I don't think so. Maybe if it was your child.
Yeah, that's probably the only thing is if it was like, and especially if it was like your baby child, you know, like a infant or a toddler that couldn't even defend themselves or something, you know.
But that is the love of Christ right there. That's what Christianity is to the core. And a whole lot of experts out there on social media that think they know everything about the Bible and Jesus and Christianity, even though they're not one, and they really have a skewed worldly perspective of it. They have a secular perspective of Christianity, which you get because you're not, you know, you're not a believer. You're not a follower. You don't actually know. You just got to witness the difference in Christianity and every other religion. Because Christianity is not a religion; it's a relationship with Jesus that she has.
Yeah,
and that's incredible strength, Nick, to be able to do that. And I saw the social media comments. I saw so many people like, "Oh my goodness, we're about to have another great awakening." She actually talked about it in her message earlier than that clip when she was talking about how so many people have gone back to church since Charlie's death. So many people have been drawn to Christianity since Charlie's death. There's been a whole lot of good that's come out of it, even though it's been very, very difficult.
Yeah. And can you see anybody on the left being this way? Like, did you see anybody, like, for instance, like, and if this did happen, I don't remember it at all, but in the George Floyd case, you know, did the family of that, you know, forgive the officer?
Not to my recollection. I'm not saying that nobody did, but definitely not on stage right there in the most difficult moment possible.
Yeah, on national television in front of millions of people.
In front of the whole world.
Yeah. Yeah.
The whole
Exactly.
world just saw that. And here's the beautiful thing about it. You know, Nick and I, if you're new to the channel, and by the way, this is a new channel. Nick and I have been best friends since we were 12 years old. We're both conservatives. We're both nerds. We like a lot of the same things, which made us friends when we were 12, and now we're pushing 50. But we both also happen to be Jesus-believing, following Christians. That's not what this channel is about, even though we'll happily tell you that and make videos about it. But this is a win for morality, for Christianity, for God. This is a win for good in the world. This is a win for virtue. And I hope that the world takes notice, especially our nation. We need some healing. You see things on social media that's been posted. David Greer II says, Erika Kirk, to the young man who assassinated her husband, I forgive you. And then he says, that was Christ's likeness and an incredible evidence of God's grace. Luke chapter 23, verse 34. And then Scott Coate Guzman says, Erika Kirk forgives Charlie Kirk's killer, Tyler Robinson, because of her faith in Jesus. What an incredible moment it was. Truly amazing and emotional. Great job by President Trump for calling Erika Kirk back to the stage at the end of his speech. And that's something else I didn't talk about. You know, Erika Kirk comes out. She's the number 2 trending person on the internet right now.
Yeah.
You know what number 1 trending on the internet is right now? The Dallas Cowboys. Erika Kirk is number 2. Not Charlie Kirk, not Donald Trump. Erika Kirk. Bro, this lady might be our president one day.
Maybe.
I mean, it could happen.
I mean, it could definitely happen. I mean, I don't know if the deep state would allow that to happen. That might, try deleting her if she tries going down that path, for all we know. But yeah, I mean, when Charlie Kirk was going to all these campuses, this is this kind of stuff he was trying to spread.
Exactly.
And his wife is now showing that in her speech today, and basically carrying that torch, moving forward.
And that is a perfect segue into the last part of our episode today, where we want to show you what ABC had to say about this moment. Charlie Kirk memorial updates. I forgive him, Erika Kirk says of alleged shooter. President Trump called Kirk immortal. My bad. Immortal. And speakers called him a martyr. And they give a couple of paragraphs here. Nothing big. Charlie Kirk memorial service. They don't say anything about Erika Kirk and what she said except for the headline. But here's what I want to focus in on. This is their conclusion. Now, a title that says Charlie Kirk's memorial updates, I forgive him, Erika Kirk says of alleged shooter. This is their main message. Kirk, 31, founded Turning Point USA at age 18 and rose to become one of the most prominent conservative voices in the country. His influence, particularly with young people, helped propel Trump to office, but some of his comments on gun violence, LGBTQ issues, race, and more often drew criticism from liberals and others.
Wow, so that message that she gave today, that was basically the conclusion, is still on that same bandwagon of he's some sort of ist or obe or
Exactly,
controversial division maker, when literally people literally take his comments out of context. Like, I've seen people online all over the place saying, oh, he said this, he said that, and it's literally like a 5-second snippet. None of these people are watching the full video, but I'll give credit where credit's due. I actually saw several videos of people saying, man, I don't really know much about this Charlie Kirk guy, but I see lots of people praising him, and then other people calling him all these names, and they're like, I'm going down this rabbit hole. I'm going to find out who this guy is.
Exactly.
And he saw both sides. And when he was digging into it, he was like, wait a second. these people are buying into something that's not even true, because I actually went and watched the full context of these clips that they're spreading around out there.
Right.
And that's not what he was trying to say or do at all.
Exactly.
You know, so there's so many people out there that are just literally allowing themselves to be brainwashed and manipulated.
They need to
into
believe
believing this sort of narrative that's not even true about Charlie Kirk.
They have to believe it so their worldview makes sense.
Yeah, and the mainstream media pushes a lot of this crap and garbage.
So one of the things that she said, she talked about how her husband was all about marriage and trying to teach young people, young husbands, young wives. He definitely focused on the husband. So in her message, in her basically her taking the mantle, she had a message for both husbands and wives in this memorial service, and it was straight from the Bible. I mean, it was straight biblical from the New Testament. And here is how people are reacting to it. This guy right here, Paul Elam. And I'm not trying to dox him. Y'all be nice to Paul. I'm just saying. But please be. This is her quote. But please be a leader worth following on your wife. For your wife. Your wife is not your servant. Your wife is not your employee. Your wife is not your slave. She went on to talk about how your wife is your helper. Be the spiritual leader of the home. Allow your wife to help you. Be one flesh as God intended. That was what she was saying. And he says, even in the midst of such a violent event, Erika Kirk had to lecture the world's men as though we're all bullies and tyrants in homes. At this point, my money says she's likely to lead Turning Point right into a ditch. Sorry to even say it, but commitment to the truth prevails here. Women are not designed to lead. So right off the bat, Nick, they're taking things out of context.
Yeah, they do every time.
Every single time.
That's their game plan every time.
Yeah.
How can we twist this, take this out of context, and make it something that it's not, to get people more fired up and pissed off at that side of things, and that's what they do every single time.
The call to action here is that ultimately this was a great day.
Yeah.
This was a great day. God was revealed. We're a nation for the most part in mourning, and there's a lot of healing going on, but there's a lot of shifting around and a lot of movement happening. People are starting to open their eyes and see what is happening. Wake up. This could be good for our nation. So we're going to continue to report on all of those things. If you like this comment, please give us a thumbs up. Join us here at the channel with a subscription, and you'll get a lot more Coach and Nick as we get into this thing.
Yep.
Appreciate you guys being here.
Bye, guys.